One example for an economic forecast is of course the business cycle. You see these for almost all the countries all over the world. There will be forecasts on how the future development will be. Is it China, which is often in the news because China buys and sells so many products that it affects the world economy to a big degree. Here we have one example of a business cycle forecast, and they try to find out when will the next recession happen. Of course, this forecast has been made before COVID, and at this time of this forecast you see that a lot of experts were of the opinion that the next recession will happen roughly in 2020, and they compare these forecast data to past data, for example for the great financial crisis in 2008, where there was also a high probability of a next recession happening. Here we ask experts about their opinion about the future growth of the economy. Another type of forecasts, economic forecasts, is published by the OECD, and here they are forecasting for all the countries' economic development, the growth in the gross domestic product, and you see that there was a forecast in May 2019, and then there was an update on this forecast colored in dark blue in November 2019, and for all the countries the growth expectations have gone down, though people were less optimistic, or maybe models were less optimistic about the future growth of the economy. And of course you can learn a lot from these forecasts, that the sentiment is going down, for example, but in the end forecast is always about the future, and the future is of course insecure. You do not know what will happen, but we can try to find this out. So why do we do forecasting? We want to create an estimation about a future condition in a future period of time. And you always need a forecast when you want to develop a plan. So if you prepare for your final exam periods, you also have a forecast. You have a rough idea when you want to write which final exam or which assessment you have to submit. You have a rough idea about the contents of each exam, what is more important, what is less important, how much time do you need to spend to prepare these contents. So you make some forecasts in order to develop and decide what to do. Of course, for some students the forecast is quite sophisticated and they have a good idea what they need to learn. Others have a less sophisticated forecast. They are very unsure about what will be part of the final exam, and they are more triggered by just the dates of the exam, meaning 2 days before the first exam they prepare for this exam, then they prepare for the next exam, and they do the preparation in an exam by exam way. This is happening because maybe the forecast is less sophisticated and students spend just all the available time to prepare for the next exam. So the better you forecast, the higher the accuracy of your plans will be. And of course then the chance of having good actions, that you take good decisions, also increases. And if we want to make a business forecast, how will the business of our own company develop in the future? There are several factors to take into account. For example, the economic condition is typically a very important factor, in particular for big companies. So if PDO makes an economic forecast, their forecast is highly dependent on the general economic situation. You take into account competitive factors, meaning what are other companies that are competing with our products and services, what are they doing? Do they have better services? Are they superior to our services? Can they offer something that we don't? Or is it vice versa? Are our products better? Yeah, if Apple releases a new iPhone, their sales forecast depends also on what will other smartphone manufacturers do, like Samsung. Have they a similar phone? Is the new Apple phone superior, or is it the same but for a higher price? So these are things that go into the business forecast. This also includes market trends. Market trends are important for doing business forecasts. For example, when you make a forecast for the cars you are going to sell as a car manufacturer, are now four-wheel drive cars more trendy, SUVs more trendy, or more sports cars or electric vehicles? What is a trend? What is a trend in the market? And this can impact the forecasts. The same, of course, which is more clearly for fashion trends. And of course, the own actions, the own plans of a company also influences forecasts. For example, what will be advertising or promotion events? Will we have some discount action for one of our products, and how will this impact the demand for this product? And product changes are also a part of this forecasting plan. If there's a new version of a new product coming out next year and it's already announced, then typically the price for the old product, for the existing product, will change, and the demand for this product will also change. These are things that are under the control of the company, and they have to be taken into account when doing a proper forecast.